All right, we're on. I was looking this way because I'm to the optimistic him. I am thinking about changing my name, or not my real name, but the channel name to perhaps. And if you have any good ideas as to what to change my name to, right now I'm looking at Mystic M, like Mystic MV Live or video or no, that's too VCast, like the Mystic MV Cast, something like that. I think that would be cool. Mystic MV Cast. Anyways, I'm thinking about it. So welcome to the channel. I'm Michelle, your host. Today, this is the day before I actually fly out. I'm still in Washington right now. This is the last night I have in the hotel, and it's been real. I have like one more half day to do work tomorrow. I'll be helping out the shipyard as I stated in my last cast. So today I'm going to predominantly talk about, I guess, more about the shipyard life. And yes, you're probably wondering, how was Seattle? I will get to that in a different video cast. For today, I will talk about shipyard life and just kind of go over how my experience, kind of sights, sounds, what to, if you are looking at working in a shipyard or you're planning on doing annual training in the shipyard, just what to, I don't know, what you find there. And I can't tell you everything, obviously, because there's like secret stuff like that, but I can give you just what to expect. If you see like a photo online, then pretty much that's what it is. Where's my beer? Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna pour me a beer because I am a bit thirsty. And in case you're curious what I'm drinking, I am drinking Blue Moon Mango Wheat backwards, but it's pretty good, I must say. So this is the last beer that I have. I bought a six pack, only one six pack since I've been here, and this is the last beer. So cheers. You're more than welcome to leave any comments or feedback in the section. If you want to see anything or you want to know about something, I am limited in what I can say, but what I will say is just general knowledge stuff mostly. So, being my second to last day, I was thinking about a lot of stuff regarding Shipyard, and I was like, so what could I cast about? What could I come on here and tell the world abroad? That's one of my old phrases. Welcome to the world abroad. Um, so I jot some notes down and just kind of like I'm gonna go down the line here and just kind of tell you what to expect or what you would, I guess, can imagine. Use your imagination. So just a disclaimer. Sometimes I do swear on here, so reservist. So throughout my near 3 weeks, I've been working in the shipyard. Hey, Mr. Cool, how you doing, man? I'm using this YouTube live on my phone. I couldn't get it to work on my computer for some reason. Well, the internet sucks. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah. So, anyways, I think the camera's better on the phone, anyways. Um, Mr. Cool, you're more than welcome to ask me any questions, whatever, throughout. I'm just giving you I'm just going to discuss a little bit out brief here of just my time in the shipyard. So, throughout my time here for near 3 weeks, Um, I've been working in the shipyard, which in turn supports the Navy, as I discussed in my last video. Um, you're more than welcome to check that out. There's got to be a way to put like a card in there so I can just like link to the other video, but whatever. Um, anyway, so I've been doing that. I've been doing various tasking, fulfilling orders, stuff like that, and I talked about this more in my last video as far as like when I was active duty Navy and what what the shipyard was to us. This is basically support to keep us operational, and that's what I'm doing. I'm basically doing that. That's awesome, man. That's good. You're doing well, man. It's cool. I can see the chat on the video, so I think that's cool. YouTube Live has really stepped up this game. So, so I've been doing that. So helping out, supporting the active duty Navy. Um, there's a few ships in port right now. They're gonna be in for a while. It's kind of like where they get like worked on and fixed up, stuff like that, dry docks and stuff like that. So it's various dry docks around the country. I've only been to, this would be my second or third one. I don't know if I count San Diego, but I've never actually seen that dry dock over there. But this would be my second dry dock I've seen and been to, besides Pearl Harbor. Mango wheat beer. This stuff is awesome. So I just had like Sonic, and we don't have a Sonic in Hawaii, and I love Sonic. I probably should have grabbed the shake, but I was like, no, it's too much, too heavy, man. It's gonna put me to sleep, and it will. That stuff will put you to sleep. Um, so anyway, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing various jobs, and it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but I mean, it's a job, it's work. People do it, and that's one of the things I want to mention is I want to thank everyone, each and everyone that does work in the shipyard, that does support the military, at least in a positive way. That's pretty much all I want to say on that. There's a lot of cool people, interesting people, characters, and I'll get to that shortly as well. So, what can you expect to see and hear, or just life in general in a shipyard? You're probably wondering, well, you can imagine a very, very industrial area. Imagine it's morning time. Well, here it's kind of cold right now. It's like, when I wake up in the morning, it's like 50 something degrees outside. So yeah, it's a bit chilly. I can almost see my breath. So wake up, you step in this very industrial environment. You have like cranes, ships, people, contractors, shipyard workers, you got military personnel all walking around, hard hats, steel-toe boots. You smell the freaking jet fuel in the air sometimes, or just metal, or the clanging noise. Just all kinds of stuff going on. You got giant cranes moving about. It's freaking organized chaos. It's crazy, man. I'm doing well, man. Like I said, I'm finishing up my annual training here in Washington. I'm in the Seattle area. I'm finishing up. This is my second video regarding this topic, and like I said, this just different things you see in here in the shipyard. The seagulls flying around, the just all this stuff happening, and you can imagine like, if something goes wrong, if you're not paying attention, you can get hit by a car or a crane and drop something on you, or anything can happen. It's just that's shipyard life. Like anything can happen. Unfortunately, I work in a shop, so I'm kind of like it's kind of in a closed area away from all that stuff. But yeah, you still hear noises, drills, and the different things that's needed to make stuff. So that's pretty much what you see here in life. And I can imagine. Well, I don't really imagine anymore. But when you see like various people that work in the shipyard, the shipyard life is not easy. It's and depending on what you're doing, it can be downright hard, difficult, challenging. Just the stuff that you have to do. My job is pretty much I'm fabricating stuff, so it gets explained to me how to do it, and then after that, it's just like over and over and over and over, like a freaking machine. I wish a machine could do it, because a machine probably could, but I think the stuff is designed in such a way so if something breaks down, somebody can actually fix it on the ship. You don't need like an actual machine to fix it. which I know it does suck. I'm sitting here, I'm putting this stuff together, like, plugs, testing, all this stuff, and I'm just over and over like a machine, like over, like, I gotta take a break every now and then so I don't go insane or get so bored that I just doze off. Oh, but just, you see the people, and the people are cool. Don't get me wrong. I love working around these guys and gals. They're awesome. What they do every day, it's it's a hard life, and it's a way of life. And not everybody. I've heard various people's stories. I was doing this at one time, and I found this job, and this is where I'm at right now. And a lot of people, that's how it is. They're here, they're doing the shipyard life, and it's not easy, but it provides income. It's maybe not the best income in the world, but it's income, especially if you live in Washington, where the freaking cost of living is kind of high, close to Seattle area. And not only that, property taxes are going up. The housing value has increased by 13% in the last few years. I listen to radio, so I get a lot of this stuff. Anyways, if you're interested in what channel I listen to while I'm here, it's Cairo Radio, and I will remember that. So I'm kind of telling myself this at the same time. Yes. Cairo Radio is pretty cool. Talk show, pretty much like talk radio 24/7. They talk about some weird stuff at night, and not exactly Cairo Radio, but it's like we're talking about left field stuff anyway. But in the daytime, it's sane, it's more political or less political, depending on what they're talking about at the time. Things that make you think. I love this station, love this channel. So that's one thing I want to mention. I'll probably have to write that down later just to make sure that I'm trying to look for my pen, which I don't have one of me right now. Oh well. Anyways, Cairo Radio. It's like 93.7 or it's 97.3. Something like that. Ah, yes, that's some good stuff. What percentage is it? Hey, probably, no, this is not a Washington exclusive, although I should probably ask my brother, what can I drink that's only here? I didn't drink much, to be honest. I didn't drink much here because I drove a lot, and you don't want to mix those two, especially in this state where I just don't want to mess with it. I don't want to fuck around with that shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to drink and drive, period. Like, not even like drink and then wait a few hours and then drive. I didn't even bother. I just didn't do it at all. So this state has an interesting driving code, I guess you can call it, a code. You violate the code, basically it's like a DUI. So, like, a regular DUI is still a DUI, but like you can also be like if you're driving, distracted driving equates to you're driving under some kind of influence, whether it's alcohol, being on a cell phone, or drinking a drink. Like I'm dead serious. So like if a cop sees you drinking a drink, not like alcohol, like a regular drink. And it's like this in some other states. Like if you're drinking like, oh, I'm drinking a Pepsi or a Coke or something like that, and they see like a cup in your hand, they can consider that, well, it is, in the state of Washington, it's considered distracted while driving. And I think they have some kind of one swipe policy. So even if you have the phone on the dashboard and they catch you on the phone, you can get pulled over for that and get fined and shit like that. So it's really different. So being in Washington is kind of different for me. I mean, I've driven miles and miles, but yeah, it's kind of weird. But it's there for a reason. Plus, for me, driving in a place that's kind of, not really kind of, but it's foreign. There's a better word for that. It's foreign, so I'm like, well, I have to be extra careful. I'm looking, but at the same time, I want to be paying attention to the road. And I got people behind me, on the side of me. I'm trying to like, well, which exit did I take? And then of course the phone is letting me know, like, hey, and then sometimes the GPS goes out, and it's just like, yeah, I understand it, I get it. So Hawaii is more like it's more small. It's I wouldn't say you know what to expect, But I know what to expect because I've been there for a while. It's not like I'm new. This is my first time. Anyways, so back. So what are we doing? Don't forget about the Raw reunion. I'll bring nachos. Dude, I brought nachos today for tomorrow because. Oh, that was weird. Oh, nachos, man. Just tomorrow was like payday barbecue day. And that's gonna be like my last hour, and then I gotta leave. I gotta fucking drive to the airport and fly out. So yeah, Raw reunion, um, freaking dude, where is everybody? Where is everybody? Freaking what's his name? I see B all the time, like on Twitter or on Instagram. This is kind of an insight. So a lot of us were on this app called Roar, Insta Radio in the older days or in the newer days. Hey man, where you at, man? I'm sitting here on freaking Anchor. Um, Anchor is like the best podcast hosting like social network ever. Better than Insta Radio, better than Roar. Like it's hands down. It's what Roar could have been. I know you're already on it, but you never put anything on it. I'm just curious. Anyway, so back to the story here. So, where was I? Fuck. I was talking about the sights, sounds, life. So life is hard, and you have these people that they do this job, do a great job, awesome people. So about the people. So the people are cool. So there's like a few characters in my time in the shipyard working. There's like this guy. This is funny. This is really all funny. It's not to make fun of anybody. It's just like everybody has their own like persona. Like they dress a certain way, they act a certain way. Anyway, there's this guy. He wears his hoodie. He wears a hoodie. He wears a jacket. Actually, he wears a hoodie. He does wear a jacket. It's kind of odd because even on the hot days, it was like 70. It got to like 90 degrees, 91 degrees at the hottest since I've been here. Now it's back to like 50s to 70 degrees, 60 something degrees. Anyway, this guy is wearing a freaking hoodie, a jacket, and like a regular like baseball hat. And he's like, it don't even feel hot. Like, dude, you're crazy. That's what I'm thinking to myself. But anyways, I call him Hoodie or Hood because that's how he dresses every freaking day. And he wears shades, so you never see his eyes. I think it's interesting. He's a character. So very different characters. Then you got the guy with the beard. Now, a lot of people have beards, but then there's a guy with the beard. The beard. And he talks to me every time he sees me. He's like, "Is it Friday yet?" Or something like that. Cool guy. He's been working for a while, obviously there. I think he's one of the guys in charge. But anyway, cool guy. I call him Beard. But like I said, there's like plenty of people with beards, but he's the guy. He's the beard. The beard. Then the guy I work directly under, for some reason, I think of him as Gary. His name is not Gary, though. It's not Gary. It's another old name. I don't want to say it. I don't want to, like, blast people's names, but anyways. So I always think of him as a Gary for some reason, but he's like, the older guy. He's obviously been working there for a long time. I believe he said he got out of the Navy as a chief, and he retired like once upon a time. Like he's got to be up in his like 60s or something right now, maybe even 70s. Looks pretty rough, a little salty. Like he's been around like the Navy for a minute, like for reals, not even joking. And he's been out longer than that probably. He does his thing. He tells me what to do. I do it. That's it, man. I mean, other than that, the guy is cool. Like I don't have any problems with him. He's obviously one of those people that's like, they're set in their ways, and as long as you do your job, he's not messing with you. Basically, he's not fucking with you. So just do your shit. But people fuck with him all the time, though. It's crazy. Who else? Then you got the other, the guy the actual guy's in charge, and in a way, he's kind of funny, but he's a guy you hear in every morning. He goes through a spiel, a safety thing, safety brief, and talks about the music of the day. And of course, I'm not that old. I wasn't around back in the '70s or the '60s, so I don't know what's going on with Pink Floyd. I know there's a lot of Pink Floyd bands that are young, that are my age or even older or younger. I'm just saying everything that I've heard has taken some kind of group or musician that was back in the day that I did not follow and don't follow and don't even listen to this day. So I think that's funny. So that's it for people and characters. But overall, man, um, I didn't have any issues with anybody. Everybody was pretty chill. Oh yeah, there's one guy. There's one guy. Well, there's a few guys. There's a few guys, but just people I work with. I work with a team of pretty much one or two other people. Oh yeah, there's one chick, dude. I don't want to talk about people, but she just thought it was like the saddest thing that I was working by myself, because there's a workbench. There's two sides to it, right? And everybody else is on the other side. I'm like, well, when I first got there, I was like, well, the other side was completely empty, and I like that, and for different reasons. Not because I want to be alone, but because one, it's empty. There's more space on this side, right? That's what I'm thinking to myself. There's more space. I'm closer to the tools and everything that I need to get the job done. And it just kind of blew my mind that she was like, oh, it's so sad. You're alone by yourself. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, I'm closer to all the stuff that I need. I'm getting the job done. If you're thinking about it as a social experiment or something, well, I don't care. I'm not really here to make friends like that. Although there are cool people, I would say cooler people that I was associating with other than her. But she thought it was the saddest thing in the world. I'm like, hey, whatever, man. I'm getting the job done. I'm cool alone by myself because this is what I'm doing. I'm working half the time, maybe even a third of the time. I had another reservist over there helping me out anyways, that I was kind of in charge of anyways. I just thought that was kind of interesting, like socially, like awkward, but not like, she made it kind of socially awkward of like, well, I'm not in the wrong. I don't I know I'm not in the wrong, but you might be kind of stepping over the boundaries of like what's really going on here. So, not that she had anything for me, anything like that. I just thought it was interesting to bring up. Something I should share. I think that's it for people. Characters. Oh yeah. Obviously the one guy that I started working for, he actually became a work lead. Officially became a work lead while I was there. And I'm pretty sure he's prior Army. He has a bag that says his last name on it, and it looks like Army. But he's been out for a minute. It looks like I wouldn't say minute, maybe like 5 years, a minute, not like 10 or 20 years. He's been out for a little bit, but long enough to grow a beard and a little bit out of the physical standards that's needed for military. Anyways, cool guy, I think. Cool guy. He's got a beard. He's got a red beard. Call him Redbeard. Cool guy though. And that's it, man. Oh yeah, and the guy that wears a hat. He wears a hat all the time. But he also meets. So I just call him music guy. The music guy. He has a cool music. Tips. This might be a short video. Holy shit. Annual training tips if you're interested. I am not a plethora of knowledge when it comes to annual training. I just do it every year because it is a requirement. But this year is more interesting because I'm saving up. I'm trying to. Well, here's the thing. This is not official. I may be moving out of Hawaii. Like, for good. I don't, I realize that, I know this is a sidebar, this is kind of off the rails, but I realize that I am not making enough to save. Like, with one job, and I do okay. As far as I make over minimum wage, but I should be making more. That's a different story. But I'm looking at two options, and they're actually both options are going to pull me off the island in either direction. That's a different story. I will be cast about that. I will even podcast about it because it's extremely important as far as like the next move, where to go. I don't consider myself like that young, but I'm not that old where I can just jump out and start something new. Do I want to do that? It depends. If it's building to something that I want, then so be it. Anyways, back to my tips. So, annual training tips 2018. What are we looking at? So, right off the top here, I'm kind of just making this up right now, but for reals though, tips, travel tips, plan ahead, plan accordingly, and have some money saved up in case. Either one, have some money saved up. Two, have a credit card with enough money to take care of stuff you definitely don't want to put on your government travel card. Let's put it that way. That's not good. If you freaking get in trouble for that, that's a huge deal. It's government money with a private resource. Yeah, Citibank is a private entity, and they do a lot of work with the government. So they create this government travel card for travelers such as myself or reservists. But I believe all sorts of people use the card, but all sorts of people also abuse the card. The card can only be used for food, travel, transportation, anything to do with transportation, rental cars, hotels, that sort of thing. Your government travel card is not worth it. Major tip. And reservist life hack. If you're like me, this actually may help you if you have your anniversary year is in the summertime. Like say your anniversary day is in the summertime, like mine is July 10th. So my new anniversary year starts July 10th. So that means between July 10th and July 9th of the next year, that is my anniversary year. And I gotta do an annual training not just every fiscal year. For the fiscal year, that starts October 1st. October 1st to September, I think it's 30 or 31st of the next year. That's considered a year. So my annual training has to fit between both the fiscal year and the anniversary year. If it does not, then you'll have to do 2 ATs, which I had to do one time. Oddly enough, this is what I did. One year, I had to do 2 ATs because I did my AT I think I did it too early. Yeah, I did it too early. So it was outside of one of those years. How does that work? How does it work? I'm thinking about it now. Like I'm trying to remember exactly what happened because I had to do 2 ATs, or my AT wasn't long enough, and I had to do 2 anyways. So what happened? Anyways, while I think about that, I think about the next tip. if possible, get a map of the base or the area. Actually, you should kind of know the area a little bit. You don't have to know everything, but just know one, where the base is, two, where your hotel is. That's two main things you need to know about. And different places such as grocery stores, that would kind of help too. If you know where the commissary is, that would help. If you know where the NEX is or the PX, whatever, that kind of helps. All that stuff will be essential once you get on the ground. Oh yeah, if you're in a big city or even a little city by a big city, such as myself, it's good to know where parking is. I'm gonna explain parking more so in the Seattle thing, but just as annual training wise, it's good to know where to park. And you may not know this actually until you get on the ground, but yeah, but especially if you're from a small city or even like a regular size city, you know where parking is all the time. I come from a big city, Honolulu, and parking sucks. But parking sucks even more in Seattle. So those are the differences there. So it's good to know this stuff. Uh, what else? Does anyone have a question for me? No one's on right now, but if you have any questions, please put in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay. What happened? I believe there are. I know what happened. Okay. Check it out. Remember when I said my anniversary year is from July 10th to July 9th the next year, right? 365 and a quarter days. If this happened, I had my AT. I actually did. Well, I normally would do it in June. So this is what happened. So I want to say that I planned my next AT. So we'll just say year one. I had my AT in like June or May. I actually think it was like late May, early June. The next year, the very next year, I had to. I was planning for my AT to be in like August time frame or something like that. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think what happened. Okay, so it was either late AT maybe? Fuck, I don't know. I'm trying to think like what happened exactly, but I mean I rectified the problem. I just had to freaking do two ATs and that I didn't. And I think more so it was two different things that what happened. I think the first AT I did was too short, and which is odd because normally they will give you the number that you need, and then, but that doesn't make sense either because I know I had 12 days, so we can have, if you're local, you can do at least 12 days. If you're going somewhere, you can do 14 or 13, depending on where you're going. If it's like Hawaii to West Coast, 13 days. Yeah, I think so. 13. And then if you're going like Hawaii to like East Coast, like 14 days because you need extra travel day. Poppers from Sony. Anyway, I forgot which order what happened. But anyway, I had to do two ATs one year. And I wasn't happy about that. But now I basically have like one more year left of reservists, and I think I might just call it quits, like for good. And I know people will say like, "Oh man, your retirement's online, all that stuff." And I'm thinking, well, that's retirement's great. I'm not saying I hate the reserve. I'm just saying I would love to do something else. I would love to go to like Japan and teach English or something. I don't know. I haven't tried it, I don't know if I'll like it unless I try it first, right? And apparently people enjoy it. I don't mind teaching. I don't mind standing up in front of people, especially if it's like kids, you know. So that's one option. Like I said, this is something I'm going to talk about in another VCast because I'm making a separate VCast because it's going to be like more geared towards my next move. Like what am I thinking about doing, and why has it taken long? Because I know I have friends thinking like, wow, he's talking about going to just China, Japan, or something to teach English. He hasn't done it yet. It's like, well, what's going on, dude? And it's I will address that, and my friends already know that it's not. I'm telling them it's easy if you're fresh out of college. You don't have too many strings. You're not tied up in too much debt. It's hella easy. It's really easy. Because I got a little debt here and there. Stuff I gotta pay off. My car. By next year, it'll be paid off. Right now, I'm having issues. Um, Nothing major, but it's something I need to address as far as like fixing the car, making sure it's good up and running, and just various things that are just. And then I got the IRS on my ass right now. That's a short story. I mean, I can tell you what happened and just, uh, I don't know, like, normally when you file taxes and TurboTax, everything is great, follow steps, blah, 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 et cetera, right? I follow all the steps. 2 years later, yeah, it's been like 2 years because it's like 2018. This is when I filed my taxes in 2016 for the year 2015, right? The IRS, for some reason, they're saying that some paperwork somewhere was filed incorrectly, and now I owe $2,000 like roughly $2,500, like, and the interest has already been accrued because they pretty much sent me a proposal letter, and I had to prove. I just sent it out a few days ago, saying that hey, I followed directions, I did everything right, I even looked for the proper documentation, and so it's just ongoing, so I can't like really go into too many details about it, but it has to do with like the American word education and credit. Um, you get a credit like back if you qualify for it. So, anyways, that's what I'm dealing with right now. And it's like, well, the whole point of me doing 3 weeks of annual training was so I can make money on this deal. Now I'm losing money because I may have to pay some I thought I had taken care of 2 years ago. Now it's coming back to bite me in the ass. It is crazy. It's really crazy. So I'll keep you updated on that. I might have to start a GoFundMe. I'm not joking. Like I don't have like 2,000 some dollars laying around, or this job may give me that amount of money, but then it's like, what did I do for the last 3 weeks? I mean, did it amount to anything? I'm like, geez, man. Ah, I know. And I won't lose sleep over it. I will take care of it. I'll handle it. I'll figure it out somehow, some way. Anyways, don't worry about it. But if I do start a GoFundMe account, please help me out because I'm gonna need it. You know, I can't guarantee I need the money. I'm not gonna say I'm paying anybody back. So if you do lend me any money, please just expect it not to come back because I can't really afford to pay anybody back right now. I actually asked for money before this trip, and I am paying my friend back as I said I was. I need some money because I had the rental agency of the place we're staying in my ass. So we're going back and forth. We're paying rent and everything on time. It's just like I said. I'm sorry. Excuse me. The expenses here, not here, but in Hawaii, have crept up on me. Like I'm realizing more in the last few months that cost of living is just biting me in my ass. And I've had a coworker leave, my roommate left, and I knew more people that left. I mean, not just left. I mean, left the island, out of state. They're gone. They're not coming back. And I'm like, I don't want to get stuck here, man. Like the way I see it, it's been a great opportunity to be out here or in Hawaii. It's been a great opportunity. And I've met a lot of great people, met some friends, made a lot of networks, connecting, that sort of thing. Got into photography a lot, made a lot of connects, and now I'm like, it's stagnant. As a traveler, I'm stagnant, man. Like I gotta go somewhere. And it's not just financially. Like financially, I'm just like, I would be better off somewhere else. I'm thinking. Obviously, the job that I have is not the dream job that I would like to have, but it does pay the bills. Such as the reservist, it pays the bills. Some bills, not all. That's why I did 3 weeks. This is my third week, and I'm about to finish off, and I'm expecting a nice chunk of payout from it. So now, with this IRS thing, I'm like, well, it might just be enough, but it won't be enough to freaking pay everything else off, like, bills and everything else that I'm expecting to get from this. Like, I gotta pay rent. Like, as soon as I get back, rent's due in like fucking 3 days, 2 days. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I don't see the thing up anymore. It's telling me how many people are watching, how many thumbs up. That's gone. What happened to it? Anyway, I don't want to get too deep in that. I will keep you updated though. Just, I think that's about it. I wanted to keep this video kind of short, anyways. I'm actually almost done packing. Like before I go to bed, I put my PS4 away. I brought my PS4. I did. Cameras put away. All I gotta do, take the trash out, put some stuff in the car before I go to bed, and lickety split, be good to go. So I don't expect much resistance tomorrow, but it is the day I fly out, so I'm like, fuck. They're giving me plenty of time to get to the airport, so I'm not. The one thing I don't like is the fact that I gotta show up in uniform, and then I gotta change. That's gonna take me, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't take me much time to change, but you gotta realize I gotta put that stuff away. Like my uniform takes up a bulk of my bag. Like that is like much. That's like more than half my bag. That hasn't got packed away. Fortunately, it's just my uniform, and that somehow protects my PS4. So that's all like one package deal. I don't consider that separate. Anyway, so excuse me. Anyway, it was good, by the way. Almost too good. Let's see here. The fireworks place across the street. Smoke. Anyways, I want to thank each and everyone for coming here. Family, friends, followers for coming on, supporting me. Please like and subscribe. And if you like what you see in here, please share. Somebody that you might think that will get something from this. If you'd like to know anything else about annual training and like drawing a blank right now, please by all means comment. Whatever platform you find this on, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or even on here. Feel free to check out any podcasts. And then I am gonna do another VCast. I might, depending on how much time I got, I might do one. I probably won't actually do one until this weekend. After I get back, we'll see. Anyway, For sure. Thanks for coming, and I will keep you updated. And I will be doing VCast regarding Seattle. I have what I want to do is develop some of the photos that I've taken because I have a crap load. Um, I want to at least do like top five or something like that. Top five photos I've taken just throughout the city, throughout the areas, stuff like that. And I want them to be a part of the next video. I don't want to just do a face, like a big head video and not show like anything that I've done. Because one of the feedbacks that I received was people want to see more like photo content or like little video clips or something like that. I mean, I can do video clips and all that stuff, but I feel like it takes a lot of time. That's why I started doing live videos, because I can just do it. I don't have to like, I don't have to worry about editing anything. And I know a lot of people put forth a lot of effort and all that stuff, and they used to do that. If I, I'm serious. Like if I go back to like editing videos again, it's gonna take me longer to do videos, and I'm just gonna be like, not happy. I don't feel like I'm doing extra work. That's why I don't do the organized edited videos anymore. And I may do them in the future, but like right now, like as far as like a vlog, it's just more live and it's more like if it's organized, then yeah, I'll do a video and then I'll make the cuts and all this stuff, and bada bing, bada boom. But other than that, I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna watch some more Rick and Morty. Um, Maybe even play a game because I gotta put my PS4 away anyway before I go to bed. So we shall see. And I gotta take a shower. I'm just on gaseous today. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I've been gaseous all day today. Like I just maybe it's heartburn. Is it really heartburn? Like feels like that. Anyways, stay tuned to the next cast, and thanks for coming, everyone. Definitely check my podcast on Anchor, the Mystic Mind Cast. That's the main one. I do tweet, but I don't tweet as much. But anyways, check out my main next thing on Mystic Mindcast on Anchor. Anchor.fm/Mystic Mindcast. And like I said, I'm thinking about changing the name on here to Mystic MVcast or something like that. Mystic MCast. Mystic VCast. Anyway, I'll check later. Cheers.